Good morning, students. In our earlier video, we already studied about acid base in details. Today we discuss about salts, family of salts, pH of salts and radicals, positive and negative radicals. At first we explain what is radical. Radical means radicals are two types, positive and negative radicals. Positive radicals we know cations and negative radicals anions. So, radical, a atom or a group of atoms that contains salts. For example, sodium a radical, sodium plus a radical, potassium, sodium, these are radicals. And negative radicals like sulfate, chloride, acetate, nitrate, they are negative radicals. These negative radicals we get from acids. Negative radicals we get from acids. For example, we already studied about HCl, HCl, H2SO4, HNO3, like acetic acid. And when we remove these acids, hydrogen ion, because acids are those substances produce hydronium ion, when we remove these compounds hydrogen ion, then it provides chloride radicals. This provides chloride radicals. This provides sulfate radicals. And nitric acid provides nitrate radicals. And acetic acid provides acetate radicals. So these are radicals. They are acidic radicals. It means radical a atom means like chlorine is a atom. So this is a acidic radical. Sulfate also radical. Nitrate, acetate, these are acidic radical. And basic radicals we get from base. Negative radicals we get from acid. So they are known as anions. And positive radicals from base we get from base. For example, sodium hydroxide, you write NaOH. Potassium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, barium hydroxide, aluminium hydroxide, these all are base. Ferric hydroxide, FeOH whole size. So these are base. And what happens when dissolved in water? They provide cations. When we remove base, when all the compounds we remove base, then it provides cation, this sodium ion, this potassium ion, calcium ion, barium ion, and aluminium ion, ferric ion. So these are basic radicals. So all are cations and these are acidic radicals. So radicals, a atom or a group of atoms that contain charge. When negative charge, then are anions or we can say acidic radicals. When they have positive charge, then basic radicals. And basic radicals, these positive radicals we get from base, and acidic radical we get from acids. When we remove acid hydrogen, then we get acidic radical. When we remove hydroxyl ion, then we get basic radical. When this acid base react, we get salt. You know, a common salt or table salt we use for making foods. So that is salt. Generally, students understanding what do you mean by salt. Salt means they are eating in foods, but in chemistry they are no salt. That salt is common salt or table salt. All these compounds we have salt like this. Potassium sulfate, sodium sulfate, we write in this or activity given, different salts, you write there down their formula. So how can we write formula? At first main problem, how can we write formula? For writing the formula, you should know the charge on the cation or anion. But generally we forward the charge. So how can we learn the charge? For example, sulfate. If you know sulfate, so this one is sulfate and potassium. So cross over their charge. In earlier class, in 9th class, you already know how can we write the formula. If you write exact formula, that is easily you can write any chemical reaction. So this salt is potassium sulfate, K2SO4, sodium sulfate, Na2SO4, calcium sulfate, CaSO4, magnesium sulfate, MgSO4, copper sulfate. Copper have two type charge. This one copper plus 2 charge. Cupric sulfate, you can say a copper second sulfate. That is copper sulfate. Sodium chloride, NaCl. Sodium nitrate. Nitrate we know negative charge NO3 minus. So we write sodium NaNO3. Sodium carbonate, Na2CO3. Ammonium chloride we write NH4Cl. So these different salts written in our board, then how we can explain which these salts related to a family. Family means that family of a same family, that salt have same type radical. If any salts have same type radical, that belongs in a one family. So these salts belong to a sulfate family. All these salts belong to sulfate family. Why? Because all have sulfate ion. Sulfate is a common ion, so they are known as sulfate family. And these salts, this one is sodium family. We can cite sodium family because all have sodium ion. Sodium chloride, sodium nitrate, sodium carbonate, so they belong to sodium family. And what other salt? If you write potassium chloride, sodium chloride, barium chloride, so what family of these salts? They belongs to chloride family. Why they are chloride family? Because all the salts have chloride is a common ion. So what do you mean by family of a salt? Family belongs to that salt have a same cation or anion belong to all this, like they are all have sulfate is common. All these salts have sodium is common. In these salts have chloride is common. And we study radical. Radicals are two types, positive and negative radical. Positive radical we get from base, because when basic salt, when from base we remove hydroxide ion, then we get positive radicals like sodium, potassium, calcium. These are basic radicals. And anions means have negative charge. Anion we get from acid. When we remove hydrogen from acid, the rest of the ion known as anion or acidic radicals. So you will study detail in 11th or 12th class practicals, because in chemistry have two different types practicals. One is qualitative analysis, other is quantitative analysis. So in qualitative analysis we have to identify the cation and anion, means positive radicals and acidic radicals. You are to provide any salt and you have to identify the positive and negative radicals by different experiments. For example, suppose you are to given this salt is a aluminium sulfate. Aluminium sulfate. So how can you identify? First you write the formula. Aluminium sulfate we write. Aluminium have +3 charge, and sulfate you already know SO4 -2, then cross their charge. So you write Al2SO4 all twice. So this one is aluminium sulfate, and it means this is cation and this anion. So sulfate comes from sulfuric acid, and this metal comes from this type from base, means from aluminium hydroxide. So such type salts we have to identify. In this aluminium sulfate, we identify the cation is aluminium and anion is sulfate. You will study about these salts in 11th and 12th and higher classes. See how can we find out by practicals. We study the color of the salts and we identify pH of these different salts, because we earlier know three types salts: neutral salt, acidic and basic salt. So some salts I am showing to you. At first you are showing sodium hydrogen carbonate. So sodium hydrogen carbonate is a crystalline salt, and this type sodium hydrogen carbonate salts, and this is this pH is slightly basic. When we dissolve, then you get its pH slightly basic, means red litmus change into blue color. We will observe after some time. You are showing barium nitrate. Barium nitrate. So this is also white salts, white color, and another one aluminium sulfate. Aluminium sulfate. This one is white salt. White salt, and we will see their. We will find out their pH. This one is ferric chloride. Ferric chloride have brownish color salt, and it is hygroscopic. It absorbs moisture. Such type, because it one is a hygroscopic and brownish color. This one is ferric chloride. Next salt is lead acetate. This lead acetate also crystalline salts, and we will see after sometimes its pH. Another one salt is lead nitrate. Lead nitrate also white crystalline salt, and we observe their pH also. This ammonium chloride. Ammonium chloride, white crystalline salt. This white crystalline, and this salt is sublime substance, means it's directly changed when you heat solid to gas, and this one is acidic salt. And this one is barium chloride. Barium chloride, white crystals, white shining crystals, and we will observe its pH by using litmus paper. We are showing this cupric chloride, means copper second chloride. It is a greenish salt, green color salt. Another salt is sodium nitrite. Sodium nitrite, NaNO2. So it is slightly yellowish, a white salt. Next salt is magnesium sulfate. Magnesium sulfate, also a white crystalline salt. Next one, ammonium chloride. Again, that ammonium chloride already studied, that is white salt. Ammonium sulfate. The ammonium sulfate also white, and its nature is, we will see by pH paper, that is acidic. Zinc sulfate. Zinc sulfate also colorless, is white salt, means white is a not characteristic color, means there is all color, so this one is white salt. When dissolved in water, then it's show colorless solution. Next salt is copper sulfate. This copper sulfate have blue color. Many times comes in exam, what color of the copper sulfate, that is blue color. And other one salt is sodium chloride. This is common salt, we use in our food, that is sodium chloride. We will check solubility of salts and pH of salts. So this one is sodium chloride, and we want to dissolve. All you know, this is soluble salt when dissolved in water. So this salt is dissolved easily, all we know, and we find its pH now. When we using this pH paper or litmus paper, we can use their acidity or basis. These are pH papers. First we check its pH. What is the pH of this salt? Means this salt is neutral salt. So pH paper, and when we mix, then it's light green color. So this light green indicates it one is a neutral salt, and it should be not change any litmus paper color. Means blue litmus remaining blue and red litmus remaining red. So sodium chloride is a neutral salt. another salt, that is copper sulfate. Copper sulfate is blue color, and when we dissolve this copper sulfate, it's easily soluble and it's blue color. So it is a soluble salt, and when we check its pH by using pH paper, it changes into orange color. This indicates it is a acidic salt. Why? Because copper sulfate is made by sulfuric acid or cupric hydroxide, that is strong acid and weak base. So it is a acidic salt. This one is acidic salt. So if we use by litmus paper also, this one blue litmus. So by litmus paper is not such type, only slightly change, slightly reddish color. But pH paper easily can identify it is a slightly acidic salt. Sulfate, and when it dissolves, it's easily dissolve, and the crystal also we can dissolve by glass rod. But we want check its pH by using pH paper. So it's no change. So like zinc sulfate, it's slightly yellowish color, means slightly acidic. Slightly acidic. So it is also a weak acid. Zinc sulfate is made by zinc hydroxide and sulfuric acid. Strong acid or slightly weak base. So slightly acidic this salt. This salt is sodium hydrogen carbonate, or we can say baking soda. And when we dissolve in water, is slightly strangely soluble, means slightly less soluble. It settles down, and we want check its pH by using pH paper. It's changed into blue color. This indicates it is a basic salt because its pH near 9 and its color is slightly blue. So it one is base. And again we want to confirm by red litmus. By red litmus, when we dip, it changes into blue litmus. Blue litmus. This confirms this salt is a basic salt. Why? Because it made by sodium hydroxide and sodium hydrogen carbonate, sodium hydroxide and carbonic acid. So strong acid, weak base. So this salt is basic salt. One is ammonium chloride, that is sublime salt, but when you dissolve in water, this note when we dissolve by glass rod, and we want to check its pH by using pH paper. Ammonium chloride, yellowish color, so it is acidic nature, means orange color, so it is a weak acid. Ammonium chloride is made by HCl and ammonium hydroxide, weak base and strong acid, so it is a acidic salt. Ammonium chloride is a acidic salt. Aluminium sulfate, this one is aluminium sulfate, and when we dissolve this, is soluble, and we will check its pH also by using pH paper. So it also acidic. Aluminium sulfate is acidic. Orange color means acidic salt. Why it is acidic? Because it's made by aluminium hydroxide and sulfuric acid. So it is acidic salt. Barium nitrate, white salt, and when we dissolve, barium nitrate, then this salt is slightly less soluble. We can say this one is insoluble salt. It is not soluble in cold water. Barium nitrate is slightly less soluble in water because it settles down at bottom. Means solubility, it is not completely soluble. So we can say less soluble. Barium nitrate, but we want to check its pH. So its pH also slightly this brownish color means it is acidic because it made by nitric acid salt, but it is not completely soluble. So salts are different types: soluble, insoluble, or partially soluble. So such type salts are less soluble, or we can say partially soluble. And sodium chloride, copper sulfate are completely soluble. Their salt is completely soluble. Copper chloride, cupric chloride, copper second chloride. When we dissolve in water, it change into green color, light green color, bluish green. This cupric chloride, bluish green color. And we will check it. pH. Its pH is, again it is a acidic salt because copper hydroxide we know weak base and HCl strong acid. So this is a acidic salt. Another salt, that is sodium nitrite, and when we dissolve this, it's completely dissolved in water, so it is soluble salt. It is soluble and find pH by using pH paper. So it is neutral, light green. It is a neutral salt, sodium nitrite, because it made by both strong acid base. So it is a neutral salt. Lead acetate. It dissolves, not completely dissolved, soluble. White precipitate comes. Lead acetate. This one is a lead acetate, not completely soluble and brownish color, and what we want to check its pH. Its pH is like orange color, it is acidic salt. So why lead acetate? Lead acetate, we want to check the pH acidic or basic because both are weak acid and weak base. So we can check by litmus paper. If we take blue litmus, then it's no change, and if we use red litmus, then also no change. This indicates it is a neutral salt. What we find in all these acids in the different salts, we change some salts have changed into acidic, some are basic, some are neutral. So what are the reasons? Because salt formation by acid, and when react with base, they form salt. Salt plus water. We already studied this reaction, and this is a neutralization reaction. This is exothermic reaction. Heat is released out. So this one is a exothermic reaction. So you know acid base are different types. So if a strong acid or plus strong base when react, then we get neutral salt. Another, if you get strong acid plus weak base, then we get acidic salt. Acidic salt. And another one, if you take weak acid plus strong base, then we get basic salt. Basic salt. And if both are neutral, if both are weak acid plus weak base, then depends their strength or concentration. If both are equal, then generally we get neutral salt. So these are our conclusion. If both acid base and both are strong, then neutral. For example, sodium chloride, potassium chloride, potassium sulfate, sodium sulfate, these are neutral salts. Sodium nitrate, potassium nitrate, these all salts are neutral salt. Acidic salt we can write ammonium chloride. Ammonium chloride is a acidic salt. Basic salt we can write sodium hydrogen carbonate, sodium carbonate, potassium carbonate. Such types are basic salt. And another one salt, neutral, that are both are weak and acid and base. Another is basic salt. Basic salt is sodium acetate. Sodium acetate. This one is also basic salt. So these are salts, acid, base, and some salts are soluble, some are insoluble, some are less soluble, and we can identify by using litmus paper, pH paper. And some salts easily can identify by their characteristics color. Generally salts are white salts, and we use the salt normally, general people know salt about, that is sodium chloride. It is chemicals from common salt, or you can say table salt, that is sodium chlorides. Sodium chloride is very important role in our Indian history. In Dandi March, you know in history what is Dandi March. Mahatma Gandhi started Dandi March from 12 March 1930 from Sabarmati Ashram, Ahmedabad to Dandi, a coastal area, sea area, because British government apply a salt taxation. So Mahatma Gandhi applied Namak Satyagraha in civil disobedience movement. So this salt, because we can't purchase, we can't make the salt on your own, and you have lot of tax applied by British government. So in our freedom, it is a symbol for common salt, preparation of a salt, and Mahatma Gandhi and their 78 subordinates prepare the salt, and this start from 12 March 1930 to 6 April 1930. In earlier age, the salts, you know, in salt we get from sea water, and sea have a lot of chemicals present, and that salt is, you can say, raw salt, and that salt is brown color. That salt is brown color. In this salt, there are mixtures of different salts. Generally we known as Senda Namak, or you can say rock salt. In our world area, there are this salt found like a rock. So, what is rock salt? Like in our earth crust, there is coal and petroleum found, and coal and petroleum found by when animals and plants are died of by any earthquake or volcano comes, then long they are converted into coal and petroleum. In similar way, when the sea water is dried up in bygone, means very very long years, then when sea is dried, that salt, the salt is deposited on our earth surface like a rock, and it is mined like coal and petroleum. So this common salt is very important, and we get different salts. Our next topic is chloralkali process. chlor-alkali process. So this chlor-alkali process we get from salt, from common salt. So you know, students, brine solution. Brine solution is a sodium chloride aqueous solution. When we pass current, when we pass electricity in sodium chloride aqueous solution, then we get these different salts. One is chlorine gas, one is hydrogen, other one sodium hydroxide. So this process known as chlor-alkali process. Chlor-alkali process. Why its name is chlor-alkali process? Because we get chlorine and alkali sodium hydroxide in this reaction. So we can write this reaction in such a way. When we pass current or electricity in sodium chloride aqueous solution, this one is brine solution. Brine solution means sodium chloride aqueous solution. Sodium chloride and we write water. And then we pass current or electricity. Then what happens? It's converted into chlorine gas, hydrogen and sodium hydroxide. We will get sodium hydroxide. When we balance, then sodium hydroxide. This one is a balance reaction, chlorine, hydrogen and sodium hydroxide. So this process known as chlor-alkali process because we get chlorine and alkali sodium hydroxide. So in this electrolysis we have to take two different electrodes. One is anode, other one cathode. This one plus positive charge, this side is anode, other one is cathode. So we get two different gas, one is chlorine gas, other hydrogen gas. Hydrogen released at cathode and chlorine released at anode. So how can this process is happen? This process known as electrolysis or electrolytic. When we pass current, that this process occurs. Negative ion move towards positive electrode. Both negative ion, chloride and hydroxyl, when you dissolve in water, then we get separate ions because in salt there are NaCl, positive sodium positive chloride, and water H and hydroxide. These four ions we have when we pass current. And we are taking this electrode, that are carbon electrode, they are using only passing current. So out of these four ions, two are positive, two are negative. So these positive ions move towards cathode. Why they move towards cathode? Because cathode is negatively charged. And this move towards anode. Why? Because anode is positive charge and they are negative. And when we pass current, their opposite charge move. So when we passing current, then which will liberate? It's depend on their nature. If a person are moving and if a weaker person easily tired and sit down on a tree or open in a place. In this way, sodium and hydrogen. So sodium is very high reactive. In this way, hydrogen. You will study in 11th or 12th class, higher classes, why this hydrogen is reduced. There is a potential difference, electrode potential. So in this hydrogen reaction, hydrogen is reduction. In cathode reduction occurs. And cathode is reduction and anode is oxidation. There are two different electrodes, there are two different reaction occurs. One is oxidation, other one reduction. So at anode oxidation reaction occurs, then chlorine lose the electron. In this chlorine lose the electron and chlorine gas release out. chlorine gas released out, and in this it's gain the electron and hydrogen gas released out. So you will study in this chapter in redox reaction. We don't want to discuss because this is not included in your syllabus, only simply chlor-alkali process. In this, chlorine is oxidized and sodium is hydrogen is reduced. So hydrogen gas released at cathode and chlorine gas released at anode. So this is known as chlor-alkali process. And easily remember, because there are two electrodes, anode and cathode. At anode always oxidation, because there are two letters, oxidation and reduction. So oxidation O, when we alphabetical order, then it's 15th letter, and reduction is 18th letter. So anode first A, so anode always oxidation and cathode always reduction. So in this hydrogen gas released out and there is chlorine gas released out. And these gases are very useful they are making different chemicals, and written in your textbook we can explain what use of hydrogen. You know, hydrogen used as a fuel cells in different rockets. Hydrogen very important as a fuel. Margarines like butter, this we can get vegetable oil. This and ammonia, you know, if we want to make urea. With the urea we get from ammonia, and ammonia we get from hydrogen. So there are uses of this hydrogen. There are many other uses. Vegetable ghee, we can prepare vegetable ghee from vegetable oil by hydrogen. And what are the uses of chlorine? Chlorine is a poisonous gas, highly poisonous, and it's used for water treatment. Water treatment means disinfection for drinking water. Swimming pool, because a swimming pool, when we clear all the germs and microbes, we pass chlorine gas. PVC, that PVC cable and polymers we can prepare, that is also prepared by chlorine gas. Nowadays, in COVID-19, we are sanitized whole campus by a chemical. That chemical known as sodium hypochlorite. This chemical also made from chlorine gas and sodium hydroxide. Sodium hypochlorite, this is a ion, NaOCl, and this we use in our whole world in this time sanitization for the campus, because it also a disinfectant, destroy the virus. And other use of this alkali, sodium hydroxide solutions used are degreasing metals, because it's main use of this chemical for making soap and detergent, to remove grease, paper making and artificial fibers. So this process known as chlor-alkali process. Students, carefully write in your notebook and see their all details, usage in our reference book, textbook, and write all the questions given in your NCERT books. Tomorrow we will study about different salts like bleaching powder, plaster of Paris, and baking soda and washing soda. So tomorrow we will finish this chapter, then we will start first chapter. Thank you.